The first time Coach Lawson yelled my name, I thought I was in trouble. The second time, he caught me staring and I swear my knees almost gave out. I wasn't supposed to feel this way. I joined the extra training program to get my basketball ranking up before the regional tryouts, not to get tangled in some twisted web of alpha charm and perfectly cut biceps. But the second I stepped into that echoing gym, with the faint smell of pine cleaner and leather balls in the air, I realized I might have signed up for something far more dangerous than suicides or sprints. He stood there with that slow, assessing gaze, the kind that made me feel seen in a way that was almost too much. I'm an Omega, which meant to guys like him I was either fragile or a distraction. I'd spent years proving people wrong about both. But the way he said my name, like it wasn't just a roll call but a promise, I didn't know if I wanted to run away or get closer. The first week of training was brutal. Not because of the drills I'd done harder. It was him. The way his hand would linger a fraction longer than necessary when adjusting my stance. The way his voice would drop low when he was giving me instructions, almost brushing against my ear. And the worst part? The way I started craving those moments. You keep hesitating on your left pivot, he told me one afternoon, standing behind me, his hands firm on my shoulders. You've got speed, Ethan, but you're holding yourself back. I swallowed hard, the scent of his skin, clean sweat, and something darker, warmer making my thoughts fuzz. I'm not holding back, I muttered. Yeah. His voice was soft now, almost teasing. Then prove it. That was the thing about alphas. They didn't just tell you to do better, they made you want to prove them wrong, and sometimes to prove yourself to them. I spent the next hour chasing his approval like it was oxygen. Every time he nodded or gave the barest smirk, I felt like I'd scored the winning point. But it wasn't all electric glances and sweaty adrenaline. Some nights, after training, I'd catch myself lying in bed replaying the day, my body buzzing like I'd just run a marathon. My friends would tease me, "You're glowing. Dude, is it the endorphins or your alpha crush?" But I'd brush it off. Then came the night it all shifted. We stayed late after everyone else had gone, just to run a few more drills. My legs ached, my shirt clung to me, and the gym lights painted everything in a soft golden haze. He was standing near the baseline, bouncing a ball slowly, his eyes fixed on me like I was the only player that mattered. "You've got one more in you?" he asked. "I can go all night," I said before realizing how it sounded. His smirk widened, and my stomach flipped so hard I almost dropped my water bottle. We ran the play. I messed up halfway through, and when I cursed under my breath, he was suddenly there, close enough that I could feel his breath on my cheek. "You're thinking too much," he said. "Let me show you." And then he stepped in behind me, his chest against my back, guiding my arms through the motion. My heart slammed against my ribs. I couldn't even remember what drill we were doing. All I knew was that his hands were warm over mine, steady and sure, and I didn't want him to let go. When the ball left my fingertips and sailed clean through the hoop, his laugh rumbled low. "See? You've got it." But the way he was looking at me wasn't about basketball anymore. I should have walked away. I should have remembered all the reasons why letting an alpha get too close was a bad idea. But standing there, my pulse racing and the air between us humming with something dangerous, I realized the truth. I didn't want to. That night, I went home knowing two things: my game was getting better, and my heart was in trouble. The next week, everything got more complicated. He pushed me harder in training, almost like he knew I could take it. But there was something in his eyes now, a flicker that wasn't there before. Sometimes he'd look at me like he was trying not to cross a line, and other times like he already had in his mind. The whispers started, too. People noticed we stayed late, that I was playing better, that maybe Coach Lawson had a favorite. In our small town, rumors spread faster than wildfire. Being an Omega already meant I had to work twice as hard to be taken seriously now. I had to pretend the way my coach looked at me didn't set my entire body on fire. One Friday, after a particularly intense practice, I lingered to help him put away equipment. He was quiet, more than usual. When I asked if something was wrong, he hesitated before saying, "You ever feel like you're fighting yourself?" The question caught me off guard. "Every day." He gave a short laugh, but there was no humor in it. "Yeah, me too." Our eyes met, and for a heartbeat the whole gym felt smaller. I could hear the faint hum of the lights, the distant echo of a ball bouncing somewhere in the building. And then, the door slammed open. "Coach, you locking up?" One of the assistant trainers called. He stepped back instantly, the space between us feeling like a wall. "Yeah, in a minute." His voice was steady, but his eyes, they told a different story. When I walked home that night, I knew we were both in dangerous territory. The question wasn't if we'd crossed the line. It was when. The moment came on a Tuesday, and it was nothing like I imagined. We were supposed to be practicing fast breaks. Instead, we ended up in an argument, the kind that starts about basketball but isn't really about basketball at all. "You're holding back again," Coach Lawson snapped, frustration sharp in his voice. "I'm tired," I shot back. "You've been pushing me non-stop." "That's the point," he said, stepping closer. "You want to level up? You've got to give everything. No excuses." I glared at him, my chest heaving. "It's easy for you. You're an alpha. Everything's built in your favor. You don't get what it's like to have to prove yourself every damn second." His jaw tightened, but he didn't move away. "You think being an alpha makes it easy? You have no idea what I've had to hold back, what I've wanted and couldn't have." Something in his tone made my anger flicker into something else entirely. "What is it you want?" His eyes locked on mine, and the air between us went still. "You." The word landed like a hit to the chest. I forgot about the gym, the drills, the sound of my own breathing. All I could see was him, standing there with that raw honesty in his face, like he'd finally stopped holding anything back. I should have said something clever. Instead, I closed the space between us. The kiss was messy, too fast, too desperate, but it was real. His hands found my waist like they'd been waiting there all along, and I let myself lean into him, feeling the solid, grounding weight of his body against mine. For the first time, it didn't matter that he was my coach, or that I was an omega trying to claw my way up the ranks. It was just us. When we pulled apart, we were both breathing hard. "That complicates things," I whispered. He smiled, that rare, softer smile I'd only seen in glimpses. "Yeah, but maybe it's worth it." We kept it quiet after that. Not because we were ashamed, but because the world outside wasn't ready for it. He kept pushing me on the court, maybe even harder than before, but now there was something else under it, this unspoken promise that he believed in me, that we were in it together. The regional tryouts came fast. The morning of, I was a wreck. He found me lacing my shoes in the locker room and crouched down in front of me. "Ethan," he said, voice steady, "you've got the skill. You've got the heart. Don't play to prove me right, play because you know you're good enough." It was the first time I walked onto the court without feeling like I had to fight for my right to be there. And when I sank the winning shot in the final scrimmage, I didn't look at the scoreboard. I looked at him. He was standing at the edge of the court, hands in his pockets, smiling like he knew exactly how far I'd come, not just as a player, but as a person. Weeks later, we were back in the gym after hours. The lights were dim, the air warm, and the place felt more like home than it ever had. "Regional starter," he said, tossing me a ball. "How's it feel?" I caught it, grinning, like I had the best damn coach in the world. He stepped closer, brushing a hand against mine as he took the ball back. "You're not my player anymore. Not officially." I tilted my head, heart racing. "So what does that make me?" His answer was simple, but it was everything. "Mine." And in that quiet, golden-lit gym, I believed him. Because somewhere between the drills and the long nights, between the unspoken glances and the moments we almost broke, we had found something that wasn't about rankings or titles. It was about us, and for the first time, that was enough. Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.